Welcome to the 2026 GOLO Indoor Golf Individual League Finals. We have 3 participants here tonight. We typically have 1 participant from each time slot. However, we had 1 finalist back out last minute, so there is 2 representatives from the Wednesday night time slot. First representative from the Wednesday night time slot will be actually the runner-up. This is Andrew Galligan. And we are underway here as he hits his first tee shot down the right side. One of the longer hitters in the group, so that bunker, no problem for him. And that is a great way to open up this championship right down the middle of the fairway. Andrew Galligan is a 6 handicap, so it is stroke play, but we'll try to pace it out so the strokes can be, you can keep up with the score a little bit rather than just start 6 under. Our next participant, the winner of the Wednesday night time slot, this is Gary Sambornia Sr. He is one of the shorter hitters in the group, but stays steady, minimal mistakes. We'll see if he can take advantage getting 12 strokes here. And then our final competitor, playing off of a 0, Ryan Campanella, the winner of the Thursday late time slot. One of arguably the toughest time slots to come out of. We had, I believe, 13 single-digit handicaps out of just 20 golfers. So very difficult time slot. Definitely the best golfers total on average. There's some good golfers in the other time slots, but overall, probably the most difficult time slot, that Thursday late time slot. So Ryan able to survive that. We'll see if he can survive this final. And this first tee shot from Campy heading a little down the right side. We're going to see if it's enough to carry the trees. It doesn't look like it will. So he's going to have some issues here early on. First hole, he's going to have some difficulty with some limbs overhanging his shot. But before that, we're going to head to Gary Sr. playing his second. A little ways away here. Probably doesn't have enough to reach. He's got hybrid in hand, heading this little bit left of the green. And this looks like it's going to find the bunker. So he's going to have to get up and down from there. And now Campy, we saw that tee shot find some trouble, but a miraculous punch shot. That's actually a great recovery there for Ryan Campanella. He's going to get that ball up just short of the green. Now Andrew from dead center of the fairway. No one on the green yet. Looking to take advantage and get out to an early lead. This ball is going to find the center of the green, give himself a look at birdie. So now Gary Sr. from the bunker, he is getting a stroke here on this first hole. So an up and down would be for a birdie, and that is a great approach shot there from the bunker. So the settings here typically are on normal conditions. Today at Augusta for the finals, we made it a little more difficult for the participants. The greens and the fairways are a little firmer. Ryan Campanella not happy with those settings. Left a very long voicemail complaining about that. But we'll see if he can adjust around the greens. And first hole off the stick. That may lead to another lengthy voicemail. Let's hope not. But he's going to be in for his par, so he's in for 4. Andrew now with a birdie attempt, going to come up just short as it trickles short of the gimme range. There is a 4-foot gimme circle. Senior's par putt right in the center of the cup, so he's off to an early 1 under start. Andrew sneaks that in the side, so he is even par. So through 1 hole, Gary Sr. off to an early 1-stroke lead. So we head to the second tee where Andrew Galligan, we're going to notice his keys to victory here. He's going to have to figure out which superstition is working. Known to be one of the most superstitious players in the league, often switches up his seat, his drink, where he puts his bag. We'll see if he can lock in tonight. He's going to have to hit every club in his bag like it's his 5-wood. He hits that club better than any club in his bag, possibly better than anybody hits any club in their bag. Unbelievable how he hits that 5-wood. He's also going to have to balance his swing juice intake. Known to have a few drinks during the round. This is an 18-hole round. Normally, we're only scheduled for 9, so we'll see if he can pace himself. And that ball there, that's heading left in a hurry. That is not how he hits his 5-wood. That was clearly the driver. He's also going to have to be aware this is his last chance. He's gotten a couple second chances. He's been eliminated from the playoffs, had a few players drop out, and then even had a finalist drop out, which gave him a second chance again. So he's going to have to be aware. There's no more coming back. If you lose tonight, it's all over. And he's going to have to ignore everything and anything that Ryan Campanella says. We jump ahead here to Gary Sr.'s second shot on the par 5 second, and we're going to take a look at his keys to victory. He's going to have to take advantage of the handicap, already doing so. First hole in 4 for 3 off to an early lead. He's going to not be afraid to take those strokes, and he's going to use them to his advantage. He also has to not chase the longer hitters. As we saw in the first hole, these other two players can hit the ball quite a ways, so he's going to have to just play his game, not try to chase him off the tee. You just plod along. Don't get too comfortable with the lead. He's had what was a 4-up lead with only about 7 holes to go in the semifinal match and ended up going to 18. So he let that one slip away. He can't get too comfortable. Also has to improve on his chipping from that semifinal match. Not his best performance. Known to be one of the better short game players in this league. And then lastly, this is for everybody, great advice. Just ignore everything and anything that Ryan Campanella says. So now we jump over to Ryan Campanella's second. Again, finds this ball in the trees, a little right off the tee early, but gets a nice break, pretty big window, and he's got this ball started on a great line. This has a chance to get there. Looks like it will. Going to get a bounce up, and he knows this green. It's going to funnel a little left to right, and that's going to give him a look at eagle. He's looking to get himself right back into play here. He's 1 down through 1, but this putt for eagle can put him out in front on a good line, just not quite enough pace. So that's going to come up just short. He'll have a little bit of work left for his birdie. Andrew Galligan getting a stroke here. This putt 4 for 3. This could put him to an early 2-under lead, and it will. So he is in 4 for 3. He moves to 2-under. Now Campy trying to match that. This would be his birdie putt. However, this is 4 for 4. So he's just going to move to 1-under. So currently tied in second, but Senior, this putt 5 for 4, and he will tie himself back up with Andrew Galligan at 2-under par through 2. So we head to the third tee. Ryan Campanella trailing Gary Sr. and Andrew Galligan by 1. We're going to take a look at his keys to victory. He's going to have to figure out the aim off the tee. He tends to sometimes aim way right and pull it, sometimes aim way left and push it. He's going to have to pick one and try to lock in. He also has to not let the outside noise distract him. Definitely not the fan favorite here in the house tonight. He's made a few enemies with his trash talking thus far this season, so he's going to pay the consequences here, getting a little heckling from the crowd. He also needs to bounce back from yesterday's round. Admittedly, not his best performance, so we'll see if he can shake that off and have a good one tonight. He's also going to have to avoid being put on the clock. He is known to tell, as we can see here, a few stories in between shots. So he's the first player in the Indoor League to ever be put on the clock. See if he can avoid that tonight. And we saw the last key for Senior and Galligan. He's going to have to try to find someone to listen to him. Their key is to ignore him. His key is to get him to listen. We'll see which one pays off and who can pull it off here. But this ball again, 3 in a row, heading to the right for Campy. He's going to have to figure out this driver if he wants to win this final. Again, however, not a terrible break. He's got a little window, and he's going to hack this out of the trees. This is on a decent line. Going to roll just to the back of the green, but that's a great recovery shot. So, although he's having some trouble off the tee, he's recovering great so far. Galligan absolutely pumped this drive to the very end of the fairway here. Not much left, however. An elevated green may not be the best place to leave yourself. A tricky little chip. He does about as good as he could. Hits it right on the front slope of the green, but that's still going to roll by, so he's got a little work left for his birdie. Can't be first to putt for his. He's got about 19 feet here. Not much to this. He's been inconsistent with the putter. Some days he's on fire, some days he's off. We'll see which putter shows up today. That one going to just miss, so he'll tap that in for par. He'll remain at 1 under par. Senior now with his putt for par. He had to lay up, so trying to get up and down for 4 here. And this putt, not a whole lot, just a little left to right, just doesn't come back enough, so he'll tap that in for bogey. Gives one back there and falls to 1 under in a tie with Ryan Campanella. Andrew Galligan now for birdie. This could put him to an early 2-stroke lead through just 3 holes. No strokes here on this par 4 third, one of the easier holes here. Starts it on a good line. May have saw the other putts not break enough, so maybe didn't play enough break, but that's going to fall just short. So with that, we are now Andrew Galligan 2 under, Campy and Senior 1 under, 1 back through 3. We head to the long par 3 fourth, where all 3 players found the short front right bunker. Very tricky pin position here, tucked in the front. So tee shot difficult, really almost impossible to get anything close with these conditions. But even with this missed short right, these chip shots are not going to be anything easy here. Not really a lot of green to work with, so Senior safely puts his on the center of the green. Andrew Galligan, a little less sand to cover, but also, again, not much to work with, so he's going to be in a similar position for his putt. And although they're on the green, Senior and Galligan both actually away. Campy's in that bunker as well, but right in the face of it, so he's actually closer to the hole. So Galligan going to hit his par putt, and he's going to miss. Senior also with his lengthy putt here for par, a little downhill left to right, and that also not going to find the cup. So they're both in for bogey. Campy knows what he needs to do. They're going to be at even par and 1 under respectively. So before even hitting his second shot, Campy now in a tie for first. If he can make his par, he'll remain there, but he's going to have some work left as well. So no easy putts here on the par 3 fourth. This also very similar. So all 3 players in for bogey, and Andrew Galligan remains up by 1 at 1 under par. We jump ahead now to the 5th green. Senior has a lengthy par putt here, looking to remain even par. That's going to just miss on the left side. However, he is getting a stroke, so he will remain even par. That's in 5 for 4. Galligan first to putt for his birdie. He is not getting a stroke here, so that's going to be sure he's going to have a little work left for his par. Campy now looking to tie it up at 1 under, and that's not going to drop, so he'll remain even par, a little gimme par. So Galligan, to stay 1 up, needs to make this short little 4-footer, and he does exactly that. Remains 1 up through 5. Jump ahead to the green here on the par 3 6th. Another par 3, 3 not so great tee shots. 2 players missed the green, 1 hit the green, but long ways away for his birdie attempt here from Ryan Campanella. That ball, not a bad effort. Great putt from that distance. Lags it in there, makeable par putt. Gary Senior now for his par. He chipped it from off the green to just on the fringe. That not going to drop, but he'll be in. He'll be in for a 4. Andrew Galligan now his lengthy par attempt here, trying to get up and down, and that not going to reach, so he'll make a bogey. He'll fall to 1 under. Gary Senior is going to drop to 1 over. Campy now to remain even par, and he pours that in. So we're starting to get some separation through 6. Andrew Galligan 1 up as he's 1 under par. Ryan Campanella even par, 1 back, and Gary Senior now 2 back at 1 over par. Head to the tee shot here on the par 4 7th. Some fun facts here about our competitors. Andrew Galligan, he's nicknamed the Cat, refusing to be eliminated. As we mentioned earlier, he's been eliminated twice thus far and had a 2nd and 3rd chance, so he's still here. He's also currently looking in the market for a sponsorship. Prefers Tito's, but he's open to any sponsors out there willing to throw him a little cash, maybe some free products. And he is also the one who's hit arguably the best shot in league history, a 280-yard 5-wood, which was able to get him past the quarterfinals. That time he actually earned his spot in the semis. That wasn't the gift he's gotten. But we jump now up by the green. After 3 good tee shots, no one hit the green, so Campy now from the bunker. This also going to just roll off the front of the green. Senior came up a little short. He's in the front bunker. A little easier bunker shot going back up the hill. But he chases this one past the hole. He's going to have a little work left for his par. Andrew, after pumping the drive down to the end of the fairway, came up just shy, found the false front. So he's also going to chase his chip a little bit by the hole. Senior first to play his par putt. This just doesn't break enough. So he'll tap that in, 5 for 4. Campy now for his par putt to remain even par, and that just comes up short. Big hill there, just didn't have enough pace on that. He's going to fall to 1 over. Andrew Galligan looking to remain 1 under par and pours it in. He does exactly that. So he now has a 2-stroke lead over both competitors as we head to the 8th hole. We have some fun facts here for our competitor Gary Senior, winner of the Wednesday night time slot. He leads the league in practice rounds. So far, it's paid off. He knows every bump to every course. He's gotten a few extra practice rounds in so far this season. He's also never missed the playoffs. Every year he's entered the league, he's found the playoffs, but this is his first finals appearance, just like the other competitors. And he isn't afraid to go the distance. So far, he's had 2 matches go to the last hole. One 9-hole match, went all 9. Semifinal match against Andrew, went all 18. So we'll see if that can help him. May tire him out, but also he's going to have the experience. This is stroke play, so this is going 18 holes. He's the only one who's seen the 18th hole, other than Andrew in that semifinal match, which he was the loser of. So we'll see if that can pay off, Senior with a little late in the match experience. Now, Ryan Campanella hit a great shot on the par 5 second. We'll see if he can match that here with his second on the par 5 8th. This ball hooking around the trees. We mentioned he complained about the firm conditions, but he may rescind those complaints as this ball rolls up onto the green. He's going to have another look at eagle as he struts out of the bay for that one. Andrew now feeling a little pressure, thinks he's going to have to match that. This ball also on a great line, going up over the trees. Heading in a similar position to Campy's ball, going to get a nice bounce off that mound, and he too will have a look at eagle. So 2 players putting for eagle. Gary Sr. unable to go for this green until he laid up, so he's got himself greenside with a little birdie chip. But Andrew first for eagle, and he has a little steam on this one. That's going to chase past the hole. He's got some work left for his birdie. But first we jump for Senior's birdie chip, and this ball going to come up just shy. So a little bit of work left for par, but he's pretty good at those short putts. Ryan Campanella never made an eagle all season. Could this be the time for his first one? No better time than now. He pours it in the center of the cup, and he pulls himself into a tie for first at 1 under par. But Andrew Galligan putting for a 4. This could be a 4 for 3, but doesn't reach the hole. So he's in 5 for 4. He remains 2 under. Senior was able to clean up that par putt, so he's in 5 for 4 as well. He moves to even par, still 2 back from Andrew Galligan. The final heater on the front side. We're going to take a look here at Ryan Campanella's fun facts as he gets ready to hit this tee shot on 9. He is one who did once lobby for a 20-man playoff. It is to be noted he was in 18th out of 20 guys in his respective time slot when he was making that push for a 20-man playoff. That was to no avail. We kept it at 8. He is also the only player, like we mentioned before, only player to be put on the clock in the Indoor Golf League. And he leads the league in unwarranted and ignored complaints. Definitely not afraid to voice his opinion. We're not afraid to ignore it here. And he is also the most likely to strut out of the bay like Conor McGregor after a 240-yard tee shot. He's not afraid to let you know when he thinks he hit one good, and he's going to show it, whether it's a friendly match on a Saturday morning or if it's the finals here in the Golo Indoor Golf League. And now Andrew's tee shot. We mentioned Campy would strut out of the bay after a 240 drive. I could only imagine what he would do after a drive like this. This ball may never come down. This is rolling, rolling, rolling. This is going to stretch over 340 yards off the tee. Absolutely smoked by Andrew Galligan. He's going to have a short approach in on the par 4 9th. And Senior now, this could be a rarity. We haven't seen this often, but Senior is going to actually hit this drive past Campy's ball. That's going to deflate Campy a little bit after seeing those fun facts. He was getting a little hyped up. But Senior, for a rarity, will not be first to play his second shot. This ball is going to roll out over 250, 260. This is stretching out. This is one of his longer drives of the season. So, 9th hole playing favorable to the players, but Ryan Campanella still battling a little bit of the rights. This ball in the trees, but another good break and another fantastic recovery shot. This is right on line with the flag. Just going to sneak out of the gimme range. He'll have a short little putt left for his birdie. Senior unable to take advantage of the long drive. Missed the green. That was his par putt. Finds the gimme circle, so he's in 5 for 4. He'll remain at even par. Andrew Galligan unable to take full advantage of that long drive. Had a lengthy putt for birdie. He nestled it into here for 5 feet, but able to pour that one in. So that'll be a putt for 4. He'll remain 2 under par as we make the turn. Ryan Campanella looking to join him at 2 under, and he pours in that short birdie putt. So through 9, we have 2 players 2 under par. Ryan Campanella, Andrew Galligan, 2-stroke lead over Gary Sr. as we head to the par 4 10th hole way down the hill. Campy now, this could be a career drive here for Ryan Campanella. This ball's going to find the speed slot, get a good bounce. This ball may never come down. He must have heard us in the booth chirping him last hole. He's going to chase this thing out past 310. That is a great drive there from Campy. He's going to love that one. We can't wait to see him strut out of the bay here. There it is. However, even with that long tee shot, unable to find the green. So he's got this chip from just in front of the bushes, catches that false front. So he's going to have a little work left for par after one of his best tee shots. Andrew Galligan, good drive as well. He found the right side of the green, but a lengthy putt here for birdie. Had it on a good line, sneaks past the hole and just trickles outside the gimme range. Campy now with his putt for par. Doesn't want to waste that good tee shot, but he will, and he'll be in for a bogey. So just as fast as he's tied for the lead, he gives it up. He'll fall back to 1 under. Gary Sr. now putting for his par. This ball gonna just break off on the low side. He is getting a stroke, so he's in 5 for 4. Galligan was able to clean his putt up for par, so he was in 4 for 3, and now he has a solo 2-stroke lead, 3 under par, as Ryan Campanella falls back 1 and Senior remains at even par. We'll take a look here during the 11th hole at some of the statistical numbers we have from this crew here. This is every player's first finals appearance. There has been some playoff bursts, but no one's made it to the finals till this year. All 3 players were able to finish top 3 in birdies made in their respective time slots. So it just goes to show you got to be a little aggressive in the match play format during the regular season. No finalists made an eagle all season. We may have to put an asterisk there. Ryan Campanella able to pour one in on the 8th hole. Great hole there from him. Best hole all season by the numbers. Ryan Campanella also had the highest margin of victory, not only over the 3 finals, but of anyone in the league, with a 9.5 to a half win in week 8. We won't mention who that was over. We'll spare them the embarrassment. Also, if we take a look at the records, we mentioned before Andrew Galligan's got a few extra lives. He is the only player to sneak in there with a losing record, but those records are all wiped away here in the finals. It all comes down to this, and he's currently 2 up with just 8 holes to play. And like we mentioned several times, Andrew Galligan leads all time slots and all players in Go Low League history, most eliminations with 2. He's looking not to break that record again and make that 3 with a loss tonight. So now back to the action. Ryan Campanella, great drive here, heads this one down the right side, little draw. He's starting to figure it out with the driver. If he can have this driver cooperate, he could be one to contend down the stretch. Battled the case of the rights the whole front 9 and kept himself in it. So if he can start finding fairways, the rest of the competitors may be in trouble. Senior also with a good tee shot here, a little bit down the left side, but that's fading back towards the middle. He's going to find the fairway. All 3 players on the 11th hole right down the fairway. So Senior found the fairway off the tee, but still a ways back. Not one of his best ever. He's going to catch this one a little heavy. However, he's going to benefit from the firm fairway. This is going to find the speed saw and roll up onto the green. So great break there for Senior. He'll have that putt left for par. It doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. Ryan Campanella now, one of his easier approach shots he's had thus far today. He's been playing a lot of these punch shots from the trees, doing well at them. We'll see what he can do with a clean look at the flag. And he does just fine. He nestles this one in there tight. He's going to have a look at birdie, trying to get himself back into the tie for the lead. And now Senior looking to take advantage of that break on the second shot. He has this putt for birdie. That's going to come up just short. So he'll have a little bit of work left for his par now. A testy little chip here now for Andrew. Water long of the flag, and he catches that a little thin, heading right towards that water. Is it going to hold? Just comes to rest. One more foot, that could have been disastrous. There was a little false edge there. He stayed up by mere inches just away from finding that pond. But this putt here, not his best effort. He's going to have some work left for his bogey. But before that, Campy now for birdie and pours that in. He'll move to 2 under. So Andrew going to have to make this to remain tied. And this putt also going to come up a little short. So he's going to fall back to 1 under par after a costly double bogey. Gary Senior could go to 1 under par with this putt, but just 1 revolution short, so he's going to be in 5 for 4. He'll remain even par. Ryan Campanella, after a 3-stroke swing, goes from 2 down to 1 up. And now we head to the par 3 12th. Par 3 is not the strength of this group so far today. We've seen them miss the green. All 3 missed on the par 3 4th. All 3 missed on the par 3 6th. And spoiler alert, all 3 are going to miss on the par 3 12th here. 2 balls going to find that front bunker. Campy going to have to apologize to the landscapers. He's in the azalea bushes along the green. So Senior first to play out of the bunker. Not a bad effort. That's going to just roll off the back of the green, but that's puttable. Campy from the bushes. It's going to stay short. And Andrew now from the bunker. Lip could be a problem here. He's going to have to make sure he gets a little loft on this one. If he hits it like he did last hole, he could have issues, but great chip there, bounces back after a treacherous chip on 11. He's going to have a little uphill putt for par. Can't be in a putt now from off the green. Can't blame him after the first chip. So he's going to have a little work left just to save bogey. He has the lead, but quickly looking to squander. And Senior, again, just going to go over the edge. He's been having some tough breaks with the putter. So he's going to fall to 1 over par. Andrew pours that in for par. He'll remain 1 under. Campy now looking to stay tied for the lead. And this for bogey, and he makes it. So we'll have a 2-stroke lead again for Ryan Campanella and Andrew Galligan as we head to the par 5 13th. Senior laid up intentionally. Andrew Galligan looked like he had his sights set on going for this in 2, but we're going to call that a layup. You know, sometimes when you miss, it's better to miss bad enough. Leave yourself a good stroke in. So now Campy been tearing up the par 5 so far on the front nine. He went birdie eagle, and he's got this ball in a great line again. He's going to have his third eagle putt of the day. So far, he's 1 for 2. We'll see if he can make another. He's looking to regain the lead. Senior laid up to a comfortable number, but just pulled this one a hair. Not his best effort. He likes that 80-yard shot. This wasn't his best. So he's going to have a little work left still for his birdie. Andrew, testy little chip over Race Creek here. This one's going to scoop past the hole. Not really able to clip that one solid. Nerves may be settling in here on the back nine as Andrew's second chip a little thin, but he is able to pour that putt into the gimme circle. Senior does so as well. So both players will be in 5 for 4. Campy now for eagle, and this one going to trickle outside the gimme range. So little work left for his birdie, and he pours that in. Never a doubt. He'll move to 2 under, tied with Andrew. Senior got it back to even par. We jump up ahead to the 14th hole. This Campy's birdie attempt, not his best effort with the flat stick. He hit a great long putt back on the 6th hole. That one not as good. Andrew bouncing back, battling the chipping walls here on the back nine, but that was a great one. He'll put that in the gimme range. He's in for a par. He'll remain 2 under par. Senior, a little bit of a struggle here on the 14th hole. Missed the green, had that putt left for bogey. Rather, this putt left for bogey. That was his par attempt. This one for bogey, also going to come up short. So he's going to tap that in for a 6 for 5. He's going to fall back to 1 over. Campy now for his par, and this misses. A rare 3 putt from Ryan Campanella. So he'll fall back to 1 under par, and Andrew Galligan back in the solo lead. Senior now as we head to the par 5 15th. This is second. The fatigue may be starting to set in. We didn't mention he became a grandpa for the 3rd time earlier this morning. So late night for Senior, doing a little bit of babysitting. So the fatigue could be setting in. That wasn't his best layup. He likes to get it inside 100 yards. That one caught a little bit heavy. Andrew hit a far tee ball. He never really hits it short off the tee, but this one wasn't only far down the middle. This was far left as well. So he's got some tree trouble. And this could have been a miss club. He struck this ball pretty well, but that's going to find dead center of the pond. That is not what he needed with a 1-stroke lead. So he's going to take a drop. Campy now torching the par 5s. We just mentioned it. This ball heading a little right and long. He saw Andrew's ball go in the water. He figured he'd play this one safe. So first par 5 without an eagle putt. We'll see if he can still salvage a birdie. Maybe get up and down from over the green. But before that, this is Senior's 3rd. Another one not his best effort. This may find the water. It will. But a veteran move. He pulled it back to a comfortable number. So he left himself. He likes 80 yards. He's got it right there. Fairway, good lie. He's got this right on line with the flag. That's going to nestle up inside the gimme range. So all things considered, he's going to walk away 6 for 5. He's going to remain 1 over par. Andrew didn't take the veteran move. He dropped it right up by the water. A little short chip here, but another good effort here after a drop. So he'll have that putt left to save his par. We'll see if he can roll that in. But first, Campy now from over the green. Not the easiest chip. A little bit uphill to the green. Once it gets on, it's going to run away from him. Not the best, but all things considered, that's a safe chip. He's going to have a birdie putt, and that birdie putt just sneaks by the edge. In for a gimme, though. He's got to be happy with a par there. Both other players struggling, so Andrew looking to save his par. And this putt just never had a chance. So he's going to be in 6 for 5. He'll remain 2 under. Campy 1 under. 1-stroke lead. 3 to play. Campy first to play on the par 3 16th. Par 3's been giving these players trouble thus far. But now we finally have a ball on the green on a par 3. Arguably the hardest one here with that water just taunting you the whole way down the left side. Andrew, he's been struggling on the par 3s, and he's going to continue. This ball's heading a little right, going to just bounce into the trap. So green open, but that ball is dry. So now Senior, 3 back, 3 to play. He's got to make a move here. He's taking dead aim at this flag stick. Is it enough? And just finds the water. That may be all she wrote for Senior. He's going to have a tough comeback to try to bounce back after that one. Andrew from the bunker, not a bad effort. He's got himself a short, makeable par putt. Campy, testy little slider here, a little downhill right to left. That's going to come up short. So he'll be in a similar position as Andrew, but Andrew first to putt. His putt for par. No strokes left for Andrew. He's going to have to earn it the rest of the way in. Now that's a great putt. Center of the cup, never a doubt. So he'll be in for his par. Campy to match and remain 1 back with 2 to play. He's going to do exactly that, never a doubt. Senior, after the drop, found the green, putted it off the fringe, so cleaned that up though, in for a 5, and he's going to move 3 over. So it looks like it's a 2-horse race with 2 to play as Andrew Galligan holds a 1-stroke lead. Ryan Campanella puts this drive on 17 in position A, right down the middle of the fairway. Great tee shot, going to set himself up nicely. Short little approach shot for him. Andrew Galligan looking to do the exact same thing. However, this ball heading a little right. Needs to avoid the trees. It's not. It's going to catch some branches there. He may be blocked out on his second shot, so he's going to have some work left. He's going to have to start this a little left of the flag, and he hugs that tree line. Never thought there was a chance to miss this flag to the right after being blocked out, but that was a great shot there. May have got away with one. 1 inch right, that could have been disastrous, but nonetheless, he's got to look at birdie, and Ryan Campanella now, pressure shifted. He's going to have to hit a good shot here. Does exactly that. Starts it at the flag. Going to be a little short. Back pin. Maybe being a little conservative, but he'll have a birdie putt. His putt on the way. Little steamy there from Campy. That ball, he was thinking birdie. And now he's got to be thinking he's going to have to scramble just to save par. So some work left for Campy. Andrew now. Door is open. If he can pour this in, this could really put some pressure on. Little right to left. After seeing Campy chase it past the hole, he may have been a little too tentative. That's going to come up short. Senior still in it. Oh, but this one just comes up short. That may have been the last chance. That was his putt for par. So he's going to tap that in for a 5. He'll fall to 4 over par. Campy able to make the comebacker. So he remains 1 under. Now Andrew to remain 1 up. And this burns the edge. Hold on to your seats, folks. We are all tied with 1 to play. A rare 3-putt there from Andrew Galligan. 2 3-putts thus far today, both costly. And now as we head to the 18th hole, Campy was taunting the trees all day, saying these trees aren't real, it's unfair. Got to think the golf gods hurt him. That one's going to find some lumber and bounce back. He'll have a long approach shot here on 18. So not really what you want to see, but Andrew, he's going to also find the tree. So this ball going to go a little further, but definitely going to come down in the pine straw. We'll see if he has a window. Campy does have a look, but he is far away. This is 243 up the hill. Not quite sure if he has the length to get it there. Looks like he's got a 3-wood in hand, so he's going to give it a go, try to get it up there as far as possible. Struck this pretty well. He's hugging it down the tree line down the right side. That's where the green is, and that's actually, all things considered, a great leave. Gives himself a decent look at the green. May have to contend a little bit with the bunker. So not the easiest chip shot, but he's going to have a chance to get up and down for par and try to be the first to post 1 under. Andrew from the trees, I don't know what he was seeing there. Maybe he thought he had a window. Window was closed. Shades were down. That ball's going to catch some lumber, bounce backwards. So now he's going to have same distance roughly, but now he's going to have a little less tree to contend with. Just 1. He's going to try to go, looks like right up and over that one, up the hill here. And he's going to get over or through. And this ball on a good line, but going to come up short. So we're going to have a little chip off here. Advantage Campy. He's here in 2. Andrew's lying 3. So if both players get up and down, Campy could win it all right here. Nothing too crazy difficult. Little bit of a backstop, but does have to make sure he clears the bunker. Looks like he's aiming right at the flag. Could start this maybe a little right. And this one a little extra thin. That ball's going to trickle over the green. The nerves are setting in. A rare thin shot there from Campy. So he now has some work left. He's going to have to scramble just to try to save a bogey. And not his best effort with the flat stick from off the green. Probably didn't want to have to hit another chip, so elected to putt that. And that misses on the low side. And then Andrew needed 1 more foot there just to get that inside the gimme range. But he'll be first to putt here from 5 feet. This for his bogey. Oh no, and this ball gonna just miss short right. So this right here, folks, this is the one you stay up late on the practice green. This 5-footer to win it all. You don't leave until you make it. Tonight, Ryan Campanella needed just 1 attempt as he pours it in. The complaint box is empty tonight as Ryan Campanella is your 2026 GoLo Indoor Golf League champion. as we see our last year's champion, Chris Chiliomo, putting the green jacket on. Snug fit there for Ryan Campanella. Hoist the trophy. Congratulations to Ryan Campanella, and thank you to all the participants and all those in attendance and viewing from home. We look forward to seeing you all again in the fall for our next league.